Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the classroom with Architect Mark. Tonight, we're going to talk about, on our 40th episode, one of the more versatile and yet forgotten. Well, not really, because they still really exist. Um, Types of entities that you can create. Now, these are not really you don't really call them entities, but uh, it's a type of uh, method that we employ in order to make our images and our scenes more vibrant. Okay, so let's head on over to the classroom over here, and I will introduce to you what it is right now. So when you first start up SketchUp, you can see that they have a person here. Usually, depending on the version, it's someone really important to the SketchUp team. So this person, this entity here, regardless of where your perspective is, regardless of where you're looking from, it always faces the camera. Now, that is important because this guy, Mark, is actually a two-dimensional object. Now, we can see it when we go to the top view because in top view, there the this object doesn't really understand that there's a camera here, and you can see that it's just a basically a two-dimensional image that we have over there. And yet, even in parallel projection, it's still uh, facing the camera. So what is that? For example, if we try to replicate that, like let's create a rectangle, group that, and then turn it. So this is our 2D plane, and it doesn't work like our object here. Now, what this type of object is called in 3D jargon is a billboard, which is basically a flat two-dimensional image that is projected into a surface, and it's always going to be facing the camera. Now, there are a lot of applications for these, but the idea behind them is you're able to put what otherwise would be highly detailed models into the scene without impacting the RAM or the program that much. So you won't need a lot of processing power to utilize billboards such as this. Now, if you wanted to do that with a plane like this, you would have to uh, have it face the camera all the time. See if I remember where that is. Apparently, I have forgotten where it is, but let's see this dude. And understand if there is something special on his menu. Now, the idea is there is a button here, a toggle, which allows objects to always constantly face the camera. That either. What happened? Fly out somewhere. I didn't press anything. Is there initialization going on? Alright, find that hit good old Google it. SketchUp, face camera always. It's a component. There we go. So you make it a component that basically always faces the camera. So you make something a component and tell it to always face the camera. Of course, you would have to properly identify the axes for it so that it doesn't work just like that, which is weird, I know. So how do you do something like that? Because this is a drawn object. All of these are actually drawn lines that have been drawn on a flat surface and colored in. Creating billboards are a little bit different. When you first create a billboard, of course, you need the face where your image will be, and you need an image with a transparency, which can come in the form of PNGs, PGAs, TIFFs, things of that nature. I happen to have a couple over here. Let's see what they look like. They don't want to show themselves. Okay, there we go. So one of them is the base of the acacia tree, and then the next one is like part of a tree canopy. So we'll just roughly make a an acacia tree using billboards. Now, this type of billboard, we don't want it to always be facing the camera. So we're basically going to do a 3D version of 2D objects by making billboards stack on top of one another. So let's just put our uh, tree base here. So we're gonna create a new material and then navigate to that. So we have it here, and let's just say that the height is like 10 meters. Okay, and can put that there. Now, because it's 10 meters, it's bigger than our object here, and we're not seeing anything. So let's do a bigger one. And then where's the face? And then put that there. Okay. As you can see, the texture is smaller than our plane. But no matter, we can just adjust the frame to be around the same size as our design right here. So there we go. This is our base. Uh, let's make it into a group and then put it up. So how I'm doing that, turning the rotation is by the keys. You don't see it here in my keyboard, but you can actually press the keys, then uh, the arrow keys, and then make make the cursor like this again. I'm pressing left, and then this is right, or reverse. Left and right, left and right. Okay. So what we want to do, since we don't want it to be facing the camera always, so we can just create a copy of it to make it look like we actually have a tree in 3 dimensions. So we're gonna just intersect it that way we have our tree that looks like a tree in multiple angles, but isn't really. There's just two faces at work here. So now let's put in the canopy and see where we get with that. Only about around 30 seconds left, but we should be good for to complete this. Reverse the face and then get our canopy. Okay. Now we want to be a little bit smaller, like say it's 3,003 meters canopy, and put that there. It's a little bit small. We're just let's edit this here, and do we want say what the canopy was 6,000? Yep, that should work better. Let's just move our edges here so that we have the entire canopy within our plane. Now, this plane, again, we're gonna make it turn. Plane goes like that. Just put it all around uh, our makeshift tree right here. So you can make like a number of them and then move them around. Perform the function of being a set of leaves within our tree. So you want to make sure that all of them are properly aligned like that. When you go to the back side, there's still some of them there. So you need like good number of these to make it look like a real tree. So let's stop there and see what we currently have here. And there you go. This is a little bit uh, scarce, or but you probably get the point right now that with this type of technique, you get more uh, more image data into your scene without sacrificing the uh, weight of it. If it was an actual modeled acacia tree, it will just eat up your render time because the shadows would need to be calculated for each. If you had reflectances or reflectivity, it's gonna be just a pain to render out. Now, this thing actually looks here that it does not respect shadows, but you can make it do that uh, in your material editor for your third-party plugin if you had one. All right, so that's uh, one of the advanced. I would say no. It's just it's an entity within SketchUp, and I hope you are able to use it uh, in some way, shape, or form in your future projects. What could it be useful for? High polygon models that are repetitive. You can probably just make a uh, a billboard for that. You actually see this at work when you're playing with the racing games because you go through a lot of trees. Mostly those are billboarded and automatically generated uh, when the scene needs it. So there you have it. I hope you learned something new today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. Take care.